What's up, guys? We're live on a Friday afternoon. Chuck and Derek here. Underdog dropped a few new contests today: the Mini Schnauzer 3 and 4 and 5. Three different contests, 20 max, $3 entry, all have the same prize pool. The difference is one has a 10-second clock, one has a 15-second clock, and one has a 20-second clock for making your picks. So we're going to try to rip a 10-second clock here with Derek. And I saw a post that it took 20 minutes, so maybe we'll rip two. But Derek, how we doing today?
Good, man. Glad to be on here with you. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm guessing the main reason for this would be giving people a little bit more of a opportunity to maybe max some things because I know we've talked before. These are just disappearing. So maybe we can get on here for a couple hours and max one of these with the shorter draft times. But yeah, I think we're going to try this 10-second one here. So go ahead and get in here and hopefully it fills.
Yeah, I've been talking about how I've missed most of these small contests. I missed because I'm out of town or something, and I'm leaving for Vegas in a few hours, and you can't draft in Nevada, so I'm gonna miss these again.
Hmm.
It's like I could sit here and try to draft five at a time in the 10-second one, but that seems a lot harder than having 30 seconds
Right.
per pick. So I don't think that's something I want to try multi-tabling these. But if it only takes 20 minutes, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Hey,
And
hey,
you got the number one pick.
we finally get some CMC.
You could do anything you want. Oh, so you're gonna take CMC?
Yeah, I have none of him, so
Okay.
I think that's what I'll do. Uh, of course, we could just go Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, you'll see that in your friends fantasy league for sure.
I can't wait. I'm in one like regular league yearly. I took it down last year. Shout out to Kyron Williams, dude, made my whole NBA season.
Yep.
But I'm excited for redraft because it's like same thing as last year. I had hundreds of best ball drafts going into it, and then I didn't win through the draft. I won through the waiver wire.
Right. And probably just paying a little bit more attention than your opponents. I'm guessing.
There, well, yeah, well, the way they had the waiver was it wasn't rolling waivers. It was whoever had the worst record gets the number one waiver spot that week, and so it's like the weakest team ended up in like third place by the end of the season because they just
Okay.
got to pick up everyone. But
Right.
we got Chris in the chat. 10 seconds per pick seems like a great way for me to miss every single pick on stream. Hey man, $3 for the entertainment value of a 20-minute stream. That sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. This is really paying. Just plays right into our failing attention span as a society. This is exactly what we need to scratch the itch, but be over in 25 minutes.
Oh, dude, my attention span is so cooked right now.
Yeah.
Be drafting five best ball teams on this screen while working out my props for tomorrow on this screen, and then I'll have like I don't know,
Mhm.
Harry Potter or something on my TV.
Right. We're in here with Elastigirl, and shout out the Incredibles.
We got Moose in the chat too. 10 seconds per pick. Hey Moose, I was about to say if this contest was open next week, we'll rip one on stream, but this contest is for sure filling up this weekend.
Yeah.
Uh, they said the underdog guy said something like vote with your entries, or maybe that was just someone else that said it, but I
Mm,
don't know. Whichever one fills up first, it'll seem like that's the
right.
time limit people prefer, right?
Yeah, probably so.
And we got another Chris in the chat, Chris B. What a time to be alive, yeah, man. I
Yeah.
just watch this become the standard,
Yeah. This is just crazy that I'm almost back up.
right? I kind of like it though. This is
Yeah.
this is great.
Yeah.
At least for like the early part of the draft, most of the decisions. I mean, we've been talking a lot about mixing it up in combos, but for the most part, these decisions are almost automatic in the first few rounds. So we'll see how crazy it gets later.
Hey, double Dolphins.
Double Dolphins,
Yeah.
I'm with it, dude.
Let's go. That's
And
that's that's my rankings. Let's freaking do it.
I've been trying to add more A chain to my portfolio. I didn't realize how low I was on him until I went through it a few days ago. But that's a guy I definitely want to get more of, and
Yeah.
Waddle too.
hmm Yeah, I have a little bit of A chain, but I think that's my first Waddle at
Nice,
all. So we'll just
nice.
have to battle the guy that has Tyreek for Tua later on.
And we got our Chris in the chat. Just took a Tyreek A chain team myself. Love it. Yeah, dude. I
Mhm.
think I think so I'm in like 100 slow drafts right now. I absolutely hate it, but yeah, I took a I took A chain with on one of my Tyreek teams this morning.
Yeah. How has that experience been? The the mass slow ball.
Well, the hardest part is in the morning when I wake up because I'm on the clock on 30 or 40 drafts.
hmm
And so I like, throughout the day getting a ping like, hey, make a pick. But when I have to make 30 in a row, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, I don't care anymore. So I'll make a few, do them later. But it's like I'm working at my computer most of the day. So I get the ping and I just go and look. And sometimes I have to sit on it for a few minutes, but most of the time my pick is automatic still. So
Yeah.
it's not too bad. And they're mostly like the low dollar ones. And so I don't care as much about being like perfect in them.
hmm
I know Moose made a joke last time about talking about sometimes it's okay to draft for fun, and I guess my face said said
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah. I saw that last night. Let's just draft for fun. Who cares if it's EV?
It's okay to draft for fun, guys.
It is. We are allowed to have fun.
So you got two running backs, a receiver. What are you thinking with that? Because this is weird. Like I feel like we have to plan it out a
I,
little bit more since we have that
yeah.
much less time on the clock.
Right. You've got to have some sort of a plan. It's not you can't wing it as much because it's just going to be over. Uh, I'm thinking back to the stream I did with Chris when he took the three early running backs. Um, I'm kind of looking if we get there. This is a range where the other running backs that I like that I've been kind of maybe leading off with are starting to pop like Pacheco and James
Mhm.
Cook. Maybe I mean we could do that. Oh, and here we are. It's time. You know what? Let's take Pacheco if I get to him. I did. Just barely got him. And then we will lock up tight end with Trey McBride.
It's tough, man. I've been seeing so many people post these teams where they're taking three early running backs, and I kind of get it because I mean, just a second ago, your whole, all the guys next up by ADP, there wasn't a single wide receiver in there. It's like
Right.
a couple of the quarterbacks, the tight ends, and then yeah, that Pacheco ETN range.
hmm Yeah, it's kind of a dead zone here. And that was another thing that Chris and I were talking about on that last stream was um, when you do take that risk and get the 3, 4, however many early running backs, it kind of forces you to take wide receivers that you probably aren't drafting as much because it's a range where you're usually focused on running backs. So
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
that'll make you get some different builds, even if you're not even trying or thinking about it. So um, now we've got a few options here. We could start to think about Kyler too. And I mean, Chris just mentioned Greg Dortch in Discord, so that's somebody to keep in mind for later on. I say later on, like that's not in 10 minutes.
Right. I want to make a list of all the random players that get mentioned in our staff chat every week, and maybe we can just post on Twitter like these are the
Yeah,
random guys that we I don't
yeah,
know, we saw one single tweet about that now we're adding to our draft pool.
right. hmm Yeah, exactly.
I think like Greg Dortch. I think last week it was Bo Melton.
hmm
I added Calvin Austin. There was nothing said about him. I just
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the tweet that I put out on the Occupy page about it was the now I'm already drawing a blank. It was the Tampa guy. He had really started popping ADP wise in on
the
our
rookie.
site. Yeah, Jalen McMillan.
Hmm. Hmm.
There had been some reports out of their camp that he was probably going to immediately challenge Trey Palmer for
Nice.
Jordan Addison.
Oh, easy game.
Yeah, that was simple there. And we'll just go ahead and take Kyler.
Nice.
So reached a little there, but we've got that correlation. So don't mind that. But yeah, it looked like he was gonna. He was. They were pretty excited about him one, and then also it was looked like he was going to have an opportunity in what should be a pretty efficient offense. Be the third guy there with um, Baker coming back, so that's something to keep in mind. I think he had went up like it was like 15 spots or something since that report had come out, but that's how it is this time of year. So
Yeah, I don't. He's one of my rookie targets in that range. It's just like that range with him. I'm thinking like Jalen Polk, Roman Wilson.
mhm.
I think there's another guy in there, but I prefer taking shots on that range of rookies over like the Keon Coleman, Lad McConkey, uh,
Right.
whoever the other guy is range. There's three rookies in that range. Brian Thomas. I like Brian Thomas though. Like Brian Thomas, Romo Dunes, and then it's really hard for me to click Xavier Worthy, but I'm doing it a little bit.
Yeah.
It just those guys like Poke and whoever else we were just talking about in that like 170, 160 ADP range. Just
Mhm.
like, or Jermaine Burton, I think was the other rookie I was thinking of too, going at
Yep.
ADP 151. Like those guys, those are the guys that can really pay off their ADP. They could be zeros, but
Mhm. Yeah, you don't know. That's especially Worthy. That's such an up in the air situation. Not like it's not every year. I mean, I feel like we never know who Kansas City is going to throw the ball to anymore. But um, it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
well, the last couple of streams I've been hyping up Rashi Rice, and his ADP is going. It bottomed out around 80, and now it's back up to what 71.6, and I'm taking him every single chance I can. And I just read something new actually last night or this morning about how because his court date isn't till December 9th, something like that.
Yeah,
There's a decent chance he doesn't even get suspended at all this season and just ends up being the best ADP value on the board. And so, I mean, I'm already all in. And regardless of anything, if he's back for the playoff weeks, I'll be happy. And I don't think they're going to suspend him mid-season. So
right. Yeah, I wouldn't think so either. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple receivers here. Just gonna go with my two top ranked guys here, Curtis Samuel and Tyler Lockett.
nice.
Um, starting to fill things out a little bit. Probably only going to take maybe two more running backs. Um, start to think about Tua maybe next circle, and then I'd be pretty set quarterback wise. Um, I can't really justify taking Jalen Wright this draft, which is just it's something I like to do every time. So that's that's hard, but
No, that seems fine. I mean, I could see him and A Chain both hitting value at their ADPs, but
mm,
yeah, I'd rather just get them on separate teams and hope,
yeah,
you know. Chris in the chat again, Raiders team reporter. Levi Edwards believes second year wide receiver Trey Tucker will be the starting slot receiver. Uh,
mm,
it's so funny. I don't have 0% of Trey Tucker. He's a guy I've added on at the
really,
end of drafts a couple times. Yeah. Yeah. Trey Tucker and then Trey Palmer on Tampa Bay. I've added him a few times too. So just these, I don't know. No, I don't want to say nobody receivers, but receivers that no one's really thinking about who are going to be on the roster, come week
yeah.
one.
Is Tucker being drafted like in most, or are you taking him 18?
Oh, he's a last round pick every time.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think I mean, not that I've probably only gone to look to try to draft him a couple times, but he's
yeah,
never not been there.
Okay,
Um,
that's what I figured, but I wasn't 100% sure.
it's funny because so I'm in so many slow drafts, and I'll have the last round pick in a few where three in a row are the last round pick, and like my last round pick like changes week to week. Like last week it was Bo Melton. The week or 2 weeks ago it was Bo Melton. Last week it was Calvin Austin, and I'll like scroll down to pick them, and they won't be there. And I'll look, and I had already picked them in round 19, and it's like, of course, like no one else drafting best ball is going to pick these guys. It's just me right now.
Right. Yeah, you gotta love that. Okay, so I'm starting to creep back up here. No, not that I really need him, but Nick Chubb is sitting there too, which um, I know that's starting to look even better. The reports there that he can't even remember which knee he damaged. So uh, we got Tua. Um, oh, no brainer, Jacoby Myers.
Easy game.
Man, this is too easy on this 10 seconds. I mean, then we let the rankings make the decisions for us.
Back to Nick Chubb real quick. So he's another guy that came up in our staff chat, I think yesterday. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like you just said, like he looks great. No one's ever recovered like this before in history of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been drafting a lot of Jerome Ford, and Jerome Ford's ADP has been climbing. I think it might be up to like 120
There
even.
he went. He just went before Chubb. So
Okay, and
good segue.
so it'll be interesting to see how, because it kind of seems like their ADPs came together, but now if Chubb is healthy, Chubb's going to be the guy, right?
Right.
So what do you think about that? Are you still going to be drafting Jerome Ford? Or are you going to wait and see how the ADPs play out a little bit?
Yeah, it's probably one of those things like let's just keep taking the guy that's going later, and
Yeah.
then we'll see where the dust settles in a few months. That's usually what I've been doing with situations like that the last few years. But wow, I mean, he's down to 140. He's still there.
So it's like, I'm thinking about the situations where I've done that the last couple of seasons. 2 seasons ago was Melvin Gordon over Javante. I think that was a zero.
Hmm.
Last season was Damian Harris over James Cook. That was definite. That was a super zero.
Yeah.
Um, and this year, I mean, is it going to be Jerome Ford over Nick Chubb? I think Jerome Ford is probably better than Melvin Gordon and Damian Harris at this point in his career. I hope he is anyway.
Yeah.
But
And it's really, I mean, we're kind of just got to that situation again with Dallas with Dowdle and Elliott.
mhm. Yeah,
I,
and I think Dowdle sucks, and I have a bunch of Zeke, but I
yeah,
don't feel good about it.
you're right.
Yeah, these ambiguous. So it's like you have a preference for Zeke over Dowdle too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely Zeke is
Okay.
what I've been drafting for sure.
Okay. So it sounds like we're kind of on the same page where I have maybe like 20% Zeke and 2 or 3% Dowdle. Like I don't know how many drafts you're planning to get in before the season starts, but do you? I'll go ahead and
Hey,
let you
I'm
make
going
your
to take
pick.
Nick Chubb.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I did not expect him to still be there.
Easy game.
Yeah. A Polk. He's
Okay.
thriving at minicamp, they say.
Let's do it.
So that
Um,
gets me up to six receivers, and yeah, the running back room is looking
it's
pretty
pretty
solid.
strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Um,
so, what I was going to ask you was, so we both prefer Zeke, and I don't know how you feel about Dowdle. I don't think he's that good.
yeah,
But
I don't think we've been given any reason to believe otherwise.
so, like, how are you drafting any Dowdle? Do you like? I don't even know if it's considered like a hedge, but is there a ratio that you'd like to be like for every 4 times you pick Zeke, you want one Dowdle, or do you care?
Yeah, probably 3 to 1. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, because you look at that. That's we're giving him a 25% chance that he's going to be the guy. It probably feels closer to
Okay.
50-50 than that,
Okay.
but we're still trying to take some sort of a stand. But I mean, maybe something happens, and by August we find out that Cowboys personnel has confirmed Occupy Fantasy's suspicion that Rico Dowdle is bad. Uh, it's probably not that cut and dry, but we might get a little bit more clarity on the situation. So um, yeah, you don't want to do anything too crazy, but then again, I'm also doing more, smaller field stuff
Right,
than
right.
than probably most. But um,
In backfields like that, are you ever interested in drafting both of them on the same team, like kind of like what we were talking about with A Chain and Jalen Wright?
yeah, I probably would do more of that. At least what I've done in life is I don't mind doing that some in like season long fantasy where you can just drop one of them. But
Hmm.
I don't know, it's hard. It's hard for me to commit to just locking up an extra roster spot with the same backfield. But
Okay.
I don't think it's wrong. I
Hmm.
just not something risk wise that I usually do. Um, and I keep clicking. Here's a name I keep clicking, but
The rookie.
we're going to take him with McBride. I think that's probably like the third or fourth time I've done that exact thing. Corley.
I like it.
Yeah, we're taking some serious shots in uh, wide receiver here as we go down.
I think you almost have to.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's really what you. It's part of the reason why we shore up the running backs situation so that we can do that. Um, I'm really feeling pretty good with where we're at with everything else. With. I'm definitely done quarterback. Maybe another tight end. Probably don't need to. Could really just maybe grab another back and then just load up on some of these Hail Marys.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, and we've got so many other options we can throw with Kyler McBride here with the Arizona laundry list that pops up in this range.
I've been taking like Michael Wilson. I was taking, and then I took a bunch of Zay before he got to Arizona, and I'm like just climbing back on the Zay train now. I'm okay mixing
Yeah.
him in a little bit.
So there, Wilson went there. So uh, I feel like we almost have to think about McMillan after I've made the tweet. I've discussed him. We'll see if he's still there. And Rogers was falling a
It,
bunch here.
it's tough for me to take him. I am when I have a jet, but
And there goes McMillan. So yeah, I think I only have him in like Garrett Wilson teams, but it's hard. You see the meme of him running in with the American flag, once a week in some setting, and you get reminded of that. Oh yeah, he played like 10 minutes last year.
wasn't he like actually doing ayahuasca right now?
Yes, I think so.
Like literally on an ayahuasca retreat.
Yeah.
I will say I don't mind the if you even if you don't have Garrett Wilson, I don't mind the backstack with Aaron Rodgers and Corley and or Tyler
Mhm.
Conklin, maybe
Right.
Braylon Allen too. Like there's backstacking options with Rodgers for sure.
Slayton's kind of disgusting, but
It
hey,
is, dude. I've done it though.
yeah. Uh, I mean, somebody Jones has to throw to somebody.
Yeah, someone got me on Hyatt. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Brian, but
Yeah.
someone mentioned him. I've clicked on him a couple times
I mean, it
too.
sounds
Where
like something that I would get you on for sure.
what was it? You?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was specifically, but I
Okay.
mean, he did attend the University of Tennessee, so
Oh,
it's
that's the reason.
yeah, it's it's definitely something I would say. So
It's so funny. Derek messaged me yesterday. We already talked about something, and he's like, "What do you think about DK?" And I was like, "Damn, Derek's really like into these best ball drafts right now, asking us, randomly about DK Metcalf." He was talking about Dalton Necht or Dalton
yeah,
Net, whatever,
yeah,
on rookie
yeah,
just got drafted by the Lakers.
yeah. So it's actually just straight up like connect,
Dalton
like
Connect. Oh, I
like
hate it.
yeah. It's weird, but
Oh,
yeah,
all right, I'll get used to it.
it doesn't look like it should be, but
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
I'll
Well,
probably have to get my jersey here pretty soon, so I'll join you on the Lakers train.
might get like a split jersey, half Austin Reeves, half Dalton Connect.
Yeah, Exactly.
Oh, it's such a bad name. I hate it. Dalton
Yeah.
Connect. Dalton
It
Kincaid. Dalton Connect.
yeah. Yeah. There you go.
It's okay.
He could play tight end if you needed him to.
We might need him, dude, to play every position on the field.
Yeah. Okay. So there's some decent dart throws at tight end if we want to go that route. Probably take one one more running back, but I mean
It's gross at this
it's
point.
disgusting. Yeah. Uh,
Need that last round guy to emerge. Well, every time a last round guy emerges, they end up in the 15th round a week later anyway. Braylon
right.
Allen.
Yeah. Oh, what's of course I don't have to do this now, but has there been any clarification here on what this injury was?
Who is it?
Estemi, I guess I think that's how you
Um,
the guy. He's from Notre Dame, I think maybe.
I have, dude. So I was on him before the draft, and then he went to Denver, and I'm just not on him anymore because I'm on Jaleel McLaughlin. But I haven't heard much about Estime. If he's a guy you need over, or if he does
Oh,
what we're hoping Jaleel does, then he could
yeah,
end up being a pretty good one. But that's so funny, dude. How quick the draft just ended. That was
yeah,
less than 25 minutes.
yeah. So let's see. We'll go back here. Do the full draft. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a problem having what I ended up with four running backs there. I mean,
That seems fine.
I think there was maybe two guys that shared a bye, but I mean, there's enough. We had enough shots on receiver that I think that's fine where we ended up. Um,
Well,
yeah,
you have CMC, Achan, and then you had a third starter too, right?
yeah. Before Chubb, we also had Pacheco.
Okay, yeah. I mean, with that, I'm pretty. I'd be pretty comfortable having three running backs, and I don't know if this is bad, but particularly in the $3 contest,
Mhm.
I'm more okay taking that risk because
Yeah,
if it works, it's going to work really well, and if it doesn't work, well, not three
you
bucks.
you were screwed anyway. So yeah.
And
Um,
Chris Rooney in the chat, appreciate you sticking around for the whole stream.
hey,
Estime
look at
expected full go for training camp by Sean Payton. Okay, so that could be a guy where you don't have, or you need a running back in the last round. Everyone else is disgusting to click on.
yeah,
Yeah, I could add some Estime considering I have 30% Jaleel, like that thing we were just talking about. Probably want
yeah,
at least 10-1 on
right,
Jaleel versus
yeah,
Estime.
yeah, exactly. Well, you want to fire one off?
Yeah, I think we owe the viewers another 30 minutes of our uh I know they're here for our conversations, not the draft. So
Right. Yeah.
let me get my screen up here and let's get this 10-second. All right, nice. We got the mini schnauzers. We'll do the 10-second one again. So it looks like the 10-second one's filling a little quicker than the rest. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. There's your making your suggestions with your money.
Chris, I don't know where in the world you are, but if you're in a state that's allowed to play underdog, we need four more people, three more
There you
people.
go.
Yep, we're full. Sorry, you missed it probably.
Wow.
That was fun, dude. I was telling, so I'm about to try. I'm gonna try to rip an NBA draft after this. But yesterday I tried to, and I sat in the room for an hour, and not a single other person joined at any point. And so, if I
I,
can get a room to fire, I'm gonna stream an NBA draft, like right when we finish this.
I can't believe not even
Not one, dude.
not a single person. That
Well, I
is.
was I was thinking I just missed the previous draft firing. Like, all right, maybe I have to wait an hour or two. And I figured with the NBA draft, people would want to be drafting NBA.
Yeah.
NBA's on the mind, but nope, no one cares about NBA. It's June 28th. Doesn't matter right now.
Yeah.
So I recognize Fantasy Dog Pound. I wonder if he's live right now. This is a another content creator. Kind of, I like his content. He's a guy that I watch. He goes so the weekly winner stuff that he put out was the one I like the most. It's just data that really no one else is talking about, and he kind of did a deep dive into it. So that was a pretty good one. I reference it a bit.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
I think he's live right. He's literally live right now. So, but he's doing
Nice.
his title is 20 drafts at once. So I don't think tuning into his draft we're gonna get to see our streamer. He's not
No.
even gonna have time to look at other teams to comment on it. Yeah, he's taking his
No.
full 10 seconds here.
Wow.
And other names in the chat, only a couple badges, which is great. But I notice in the 9 hole, Hawktua, like that's quick, man.
Wow.
This guy's brand new to Underdog. This guy just
That
joined
is, yeah,
yesterday.
that is a new account for sure.
On the clock with pick 6. All right, so far so good. First pick automatic.
There you go.
I like Amon-Ra a lot, but I have less of him than like I like Justin Jefferson the most out of these three, but I wanted Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Jamar. But right now, I have much more Jamar than I want. Marvin Harrison at 9. All
Whoa.
right, Hawk Tua, dude. This guy's doing it, man.
He has made his decision.
Marvin Harrison over AJ Brown. Interesting. It's gonna get a unique combo.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Let's see, Garrett Wilson and Jameer Gibbs. I've been taking Jameer Gibbs so much in this,
Really.
like these last 3 picks. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's coming back to me at 15 so often. I can't take Ayuk and Devontae every time, so
Hmm.
I wonder, can I pull up? So this little number here is my exposure, and specifically the Puppy 2, where I have
Okay.
70 drafts in,
Yeah.
just so people know. And then I forget to explain this every time, but these teams, this is the week 15, 16, 17 correlation. If it's in green, that means they have a correlation with my teammate.
Nice.
So I could take Olave 2 picks past ADP, but we're not doing that. We're going to take Devontae. Dude, I got Olave like pick 27 yesterday, and I thought that was insane because I got
Wow.
whoever my first round pick was. It was either second or third pick. I had Tyreek or CD, and then I got Brandon Ayuk, and then I got Chris Olave, and I don't know if I had that combo before. So I was pretty. That's what gets me excited drafting best ball teams now. Just getting combos I don't think I have in my
Right.
portfolio from the first 3 rounds.
Yeah. It's so weird when that happens because it almost makes you think like, did I miss something? Like this
Mm-hmm.
guy get hurt yesterday? Like, that
Yeah,
fall down his stairs? Like what happened?
like the 16th pick should not be falling to the 26th pick at any frequency.
No.
And so it's kind of like I almost don't notice it because I'm never used to seeing his name there, and so it's like I almost didn't even draft him. But
Right.
let's see, I like taking Kyron up here with CMC because I don't think those combos are going to be too much in this contest since Kyron's ADP is over here.
Yeah.
All right, it's wide receiver city out here.
Mm-hmm.
Devin A. I would have taken A-Chain if he fell to me right here. I'm going to take Cooper Kupp, the cover boy.
Nice.
Pretty happy about that.
Always like to get the thumbnail in there.
It's nice. I forgot to wear my Rams hat though, but it's all right. We got Cooper. He's a guy like what's your view on Cooper Kupp?
I mean, I think he's undervalued. It
Mhm.
doesn't. It's another one of like the overreaction of that. Puka is going in the first round and Cup's going in the third. I mean, it is just so reactionary to last season, and
Mhm.
we have no data that guarantees that is how it shakes out moving forward. So yeah, I have been taking Cup a ton.
Yeah. Yeah, love taking Cup here. I'm thinking of like the season that Cooper Cup had like the super season. I think it was 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Whenever it was, him and Robert Woods were both getting drafted in the same range, like I don't know,
Hmm.
late 30s or in the 30s, maybe. I don't remember the exact pick number, but I
Right.
do remember I was going Robert Woods almost every time, and that's a little bit different because Puka's going round 1, Cooper Cup's going round
Yeah.
3, but these two were going right next to each other, and it's basically a pick 'em on
Hmm.
who you're taking. I'm thinking of like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Their difference in ADP too, but
Right.
like I was in on Robert Woods that year, and it was just completely the wrong choice. But just this
Yeah.
Puka Cooper Cup thing is making me think about that.
I've also I think I kind of mentioned this with Chris. It feels like that with the Chicago situation too. Like really with all three of them. Like I don't know that we know Moore is going to be that much better than Allen. I don't know that we know that Allen's going to be that much better than O'Dunes. It's just they feel way further apart than they probably should. It feels like it more of like a pick 'em with at least two of those three guys. And the Houston situation is the same way. I know Collins and Diggs are going, in a similar range, but that is going to be such an interesting situation to see how that shakes out with who ends up getting the volume there.
Yeah, it's like I find so at first I was in on Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell, and now Stephon Diggs fell in ADP, and
Mm-hmm.
now my two guys I'm in on Nico Collins, and then Tank Dell is still my favorite receiver there at ADP.
It's wild to see three receivers from the same team going in the first 3 rounds.
Right, and then like I've mentioned before, I think Joe Mixon's a pretty good value where he's going around pick 60, and Dalton Schultz past pick 100. That's a really
Mm-hmm.
good tight end to grab if you miss out on the elites.
Yeah,
Just that whole offense, get exposure to that whole offense, right?
yeah. I mean, they might just score 40 points a game anyway. So
Yeah,
it's
it's like, but I do think CJ Stroud is still kind of going a little bit too high. I got him at like pick 80 on drafters in one of my slows, and that feels pretty good. If I was getting him at pick 80 on Underdog, I'd be taking him more, but it's
yeah.
tough with how early he's going. Do I want Dalton Kincaid or James Cook? I guess we'll go Dalton Kincaid this time, but I have no time, dude.
I was gonna say, I was about to answer, and then I saw you had 1 second. So
Right? I look up and it's 1 second left already. I haven't even. It's just
yeah,
cue your guys if you're in these contests, fellas.
yeah,
Like I don't know that I would have taken Dalton Kincaid if I had a full 30 seconds, but
right,
I have four receivers. Didn't really want to take Keenan Allen, and I don't love James Cook.
yeah.
So
Maybe this is just a good exercise to like kind of practice and sharpen yourself, and like maybe you start to like get in that situation, which had happened to me a couple of times. I'm like, maybe I need to adjust my rankings because there's a couple of times I'm like, wow, I'm like, I have to make a split second decision, and actually, I want to take that guy over that guy,
every
So,
time, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So, maybe this is good to. Um, it's a self-learning exercise. Crack into your best ball inner mind.
Trying to see where Rashi Rice is going. I just feel like I want to draft this guy every single time. He's going pick 71.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take Rashi here.
Hmm.
I only have 19%. This is a player I don't mind being extremely over on.
Yeah.
Like like 30 plus if I can. But I think his ADP is going to keep climbing
Yeah.
once people realize that he's probably not going to miss that much time. Or even if he does, I still think his value at this ADP is appropriate. So
Hmm.
it's all upside here. And I have four strong receivers to where even if he's
Yeah.
suspended for 5 weeks, it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, you're kind of talking me into him more now, especially like this seeing that Worthy is going ahead of him. Like
Yeah.
it's especially if he's not even going to be end up missing any time. That's just flat out wrong. Like there's
Well, Hollywood Brown, too.
yeah,
And what I was going to say with Mahomes, like, so I've been taking Mahomes when he falls to like this range, but it's so hard to pair him with anybody at that point. Like, if you get him at pick 46,
right,
sometimes I can get Hollywood Brown at 51, and that's fine. But a lot of time, like, if I miss out on Hollywood Brown, Rashi Rice will be gone by 70.
yeah,
And then I have no stacking partner for a guy that you probably really want to have a stacking partner with.
right. Yeah, you can't really feel great about having a solo Mahomes with no pass catcher. That doesn't feel great.
And this is why I hate taking these early tight ends like that because I'm
Yeah,
just gonna go double. I'm gonna go double
yeah,
elite tight end here. It's like
yeah,
getting Kittle 10 picks past ADP is my favorite tight end in the whole draft.
yeah,
It's disappointing, but that's okay. I think this is fine.
yeah,
We're very strong at receiver, very strong at tight end, and we're 0 currently at the other.
yeah,
Half our roster is a 0, so
yeah. That's okay.
we'll looks like I'm probably going to grab a couple running backs in a row, and
Mm-hmm.
then going to try to fill this out. I probably have to go 3 late quarterbacks unless someone falls. So if I can get like Goff, Stafford, and Deshaun Watson, I'll feel really good about my quarterback room with those three. With
Yeah.
I'll have all of their number one receivers.
Yeah.
Because Cooper Cup is the number one receiver on the Rams.
You can always queue up Gardner Minshew.
Yep, and as a last resort, I can take
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew. So I was okay taking him a bunch before, but I'm not. I'm a little worried to take him now just because I don't know that he'll be starting. And I think a lot of the reason I was enamored with him was because he was at the top of the Occupy model every single Sunday last NFL season.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
It's like the only way I can talk myself into taking Chris Olave ever is this guy was a underperforming wide receiver every single week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely the second half of the season. Every
Every week,
single.
dude. So we're going to take my favorite running back here, James Conner. Got the Rams correlation week 17 too.
Nice.
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have taken Ramondre, get the week 15, 16 correlation.
Mm-hmm.
I could take you got the Miami squad last time. I could go with the other side of the Miami squad and take Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, yeah, he's the forgotten guy this year. It seems.
Yeah, he's only going to go off for like this is insane, dude. He had 18 touchdowns and he didn't play 18 games, right?
No, just because like every time he played, he had 3 touchdowns in the first half.
It's like even beyond the touchdowns, this dude averaged 5 yards a carry. It's hard to
Yeah,
do in today's NFL. Not a lot of guys average 5 yards a carry anymore. And it's like it's not that big of a deal for, what we're doing, but to me that's like the benchmark of a really, really good running back. I'm thinking
yeah,
like Jamal Charles back in the day, Priest Holmes, or maybe not Jamal Charles. I'm thinking Priest Holmes.
yeah.
All right, is my Raheem Mostert dream gonna nope.
Of course not.
Is my
Well,
Tony Pollard dream
yeah.
gonna come true?
Yeah, Pollard. That's okay.
Be pretty happy to get Pollard. Gosh dang it.
Oh my gosh, of course.
I consider it such a tier break from Pollard to the next guy here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gross. All right, we'll take. So it's weird because I have so much Devin Singletary because I'm convinced that he's the man there, should be the workhorse. There's not really anyone to take his work. And then, but with Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler exists, so
Yeah.
it's kind of awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough break on those back-to-back snipes.
Like I would have been okay with any of these guys except I would have probably taken Zamir White if he was there, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught the streams with me and Brian. I guess Occupy is not in on Zamir White this season.
Okay. No, I missed that.
We got Boofy in the chat. Chris, nobody cares about the team you took. I care about the team he took. I draft more best ball teams with Chris than anyone else in the world.
This is true.
Care about every team he drafts, even off stream.
Yeah.
Because his takes influence my takes because he's a sharp guy and I like listening to him. And if he's drafting bad teams, maybe I'm drafting bad teams.
Right. To rework the whole process.
All right. Am I going to get Devin Singletary? I'd be pretty happy if I did. Brock Purdy's an option, but who's my...
Oh, there you go.
George Kittle's my San Francisco guy, but Devin Singletary adds more points to this team than Brock Purdy does. So
Yeah.
I like have the dog pound, the guy in the 3-hole. I have his stream up on the side, and he's literally just ripping 20 10-second drafts right now at the same time, and he's just going back and forth each one, queuing up guys. Like this looks like a nightmare. Like yeah, he's timing out on every single one.
Yeah, that is brutal.
I'd never do this.
No.
Shout out to him for the content, though.
Yeah, people like that stuff. They like to see guys in just tremendous mental stress. And
Right.
that sounds like that's some sort of punishment almost.
And like I said, I don't mind listening to him talk. Some of these guys in the industry, I don't like listening to them talk at all, but I don't mind having him on. in
Yeah.
the background. We're just rolling here. Considering Blake, like I don't take Blake Corum much, but that's one of the times I think I would have considered him. I'm gonna go ahead and lock up the QB for our wide receiver one. We have that nice Week 17 game, San Francisco Detroit. Feel pretty good about that.
Yeah.
Got Rams Arizona Week 17. No other Week 17 correlation, and not much playoff correlation other than that. But maybe we can try to find that now.
Yeah.
Gonna take Gabe Davis if he's there. Josh Downs probably undervalued too.
Yeah.
You have any opinion on Kendre Miller?
No, I don't. I mean, I haven't taken him at all.
Okay.
Um, I'm I'm trying to remember like like last year when he had the opportunities, like how that went, and I don't like. There's nothing I take like remember anything that stood out. I know it wasn't a ton, but there the beginning of the year it was when Kamara was out, it was
Mm-hmm.
Williams. So there wasn't really he didn't get a whole lot of opportunity, but he was still the number two guy then. But and then maybe at the end of the year he had a game or two games I think where he was the last. He was the guy. So what's that say there? That's okay. So yeah, 13 for 73 and a touchdown. It's not. I guess he was the one that last week.
Yeah, that's not. It's not the worst. It's
No.
not great, but it's far from the dude. I didn't even. This is so fast. You're on the clock. You gotta just queue up your guy, man. I would
Oh
have
yeah.
missed that pick.
Yeah.
Well, got
Yeah.
one of my guys without playoff correlation once again. Marshawn Lloyd.
Hmm.
I will take Ty Chandler if he's there. My
Yeah.
favorite two zero RB targets. Angelo McLaughlin. I could take Rico Dowdle. We were talking about mixing it up a little bit, and I do need
Right.
another running back. I
Yeah.
gotta. Do I have to take Stafford?
Chubb's still there too, right?
Chubb. Yeah, Chubb's at the top of the board right now.
Yeah. He's past ADP now.
Dude, am I about to start drafting all the Nick Chubb? And this guy took Matt Stafford.
I don't know that he's going to be there by the time you get back down there anyway. But there goes Dowdle.
Dude, I almost want Nick Chubb not to be there, so I don't have to take
Yeah.
him.
You're not forced.
I'm gonna take my. I have 0%. Like this will be my first share.
Wow.
I've taken him on other sites, just not in this rankings. But
Mhm.
dude, this guy took Ty Chandler.
Yeah.
Take Nick Chubb, dude.
Wanted you to do it.
This is, man. If I was like doing correlation, I could just take Tyler Algier or Jalen Wright. But
Is there a big difference on the other sides with Chubb and Ford that you know off the top of your head?
yeah, Chubb's going like 120 on DraftKings, I think.
Oh wow.
Or wait, that might be a mistake. Austin Eckler's going like 105 on DraftKings. I just did a draft there last night. I could see where Chubb's going, and then I'll check the other one too. Yeah, that's a good point to see how the different player
Yeah.
pools are valuing guys like
Mhm.
Chubb and Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford is up on every site. I know that.
Okay.
Nick Chubb is going at pick 124 on
Oh wow.
DraftKings.
Yeah.
Is that kind of high? I didn't mean to show DraftKings on the Underdog stream. Sorry, Underdog, if you're watching.
We were just
Whoops.
we're just showing that we didn't even know it's an inferior product, so
It is though. Like actually is. Yeah.
yeah.
And
But
then
I personally have not drafted on DK yet.
well, on drafters, Nick Chubb's going 154.
Oh wow.
So that's a huge difference. Like there's certain
Yeah.
sites, if you have your guys, definitely like if you're on drafters, like if you're taking Nick Chubb at all on Underdog, you should probably be taking him a ton if you're doing any drafts on drafters. There's a few guys like that with like really weird ADP differences across the sites.
Yeah.
Gotta go with Deshaun.
Watson. Yeah.
Yeah, we got two Cleveland guys. Like, would you be comfortable with this QB room, Goff and Watson, or you think we got to add a third?
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I think like you were talking about, maybe Stafford is the other.
He got sniped
he
from
went.
under us. Yeah, this
Okay.
guy's
Yeah.
third QB.
No, I don't think you have to. I think
Okay.
I think that Goff and Watson's fine.
It's like, who else even would I add?
Yeah, it's
I don't have any like obvious correlation. Daniel Jones and Singletary isn't enough for me to go there. Gardner
yeah,
Minshew, like you said, but
yeah. That would probably be 18th round if anything.
I
We can
think
see how you feel with the rest of your team by the time you get there.
what I was gonna see too is like if I feel really comfortable at all the other positions, these are spots where I don't mind adding in like a Justin Fields in the 18th round.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Bucky Irving here. I think this is like the last running back. Or do you want to go with Khalil Herbert?
You
Probably
got
Bucky
him. You
Irving.
got Fields in the marathon the other day, right? Or was that Moose?
Who drafted the marathon? Moose drafted the Oh, we both drafted the marathon actually.
Oh,
Um,
I thought I saw one of you had Fields as
let's see.
your. I think it was
Oh,
Hurts and Fields.
yeah, that was my squad. I drafted Hurts and Fields, and it's kind of awkward, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
If you're going to pair him with just one other guy, that feels like the right one. Or at least it has to be Hurts or Allen or somebody at the top that you're just hoping that they carry you most of the time and then he gets a chance.
Yeah, there's some argument for taking like a Derek Carr, a guy that, or a Bryce Young, a guy that we expect to start the whole season barring injury, just to get those
Right.
floor points in the week Jalen Hurts has his bye. But
Yeah.
hopefully, if Justin Fields pays off, he's making up those points in other weeks anyway. And I mean, if he's starting during Jalen Hurts bye week, it doesn't matter. But I'm not sure he's going to be starting by week 6
Right.
if he ever does.
Yeah. Oh, wow. While we have some time here, probably should mention we've got Nick going live to close out the back to back to back streams. I think after you do NBA, he's going live for the MLB slate tonight.
Nice. Nice. I have to take a look at that. And I think I might do what you did, take Jalen McMillan here.
There you go.
All right, it's one of Occupy's stands, Jalen McMillan. It's
Hmm.
official now.
That's it.
What time is Nick's stream? Do you know?
I think it's 6 Eastern. So I
Okay,
think
I
we,
just
we were we were 3. You're 4:30. He's 6. So
okay.
um,
So I am on like because the thing I'm worried about still is I'm gonna try to stream the NBA draft and it's not gonna fill, so I can't stream. And so if I don't start an NBA stream by like 4:50 Eastern, I probably can't do it because
right.
I don't want to run over into Nick's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, soon.
Maybe it'll go better today.
Well, as soon as this ends, I'm gonna enter a room and just it's scheduled for 4:30 Eastern, but I'm just gonna start it as soon as the draft starts. If it does, that's what I did the one time I was able to get one in.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a 2-6-6-2. I'm definitely done at tight end. I think I could be done at running back. I'm okay with this running back room. If like we took the shot on Chubb, hopefully he works
Mhm.
out, and then Khalil Herbert gets traded to Dallas or something.
Yeah.
Pretty
Is,
strong at receiver too.
is Demario Douglas still out there?
No, he's gone, but I that guy's up like 15 spots in ADP.
I just noticed that. Yeah, he is the highest ADP change, positive change on our ADP tracker on the site.
Oh my gosh, I auto picked Chig, dude. It happened.
Yep.
I thought I shouldn't have unqueued him before I tried to queue up like whoever I had queued here. Any receiver would have been better than this. This is a disaster.
Yeah, you probably weren't wanting a third tight end anyway, were you?
Not at all. No, not on this team. Not with two early tight ends. This team is dead. So thank you guys for watching me draft a dead team for the last 12 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, at least that's the point, right? It took you 20 minutes. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm out $3.
Yeah.
I'll live.
Yeah.
So it's like what we were talking about, what to do with my last spot. The decision's made for us. I have to take a
Mhm.
receiver with my last
Right.
pick. Can't take a third quarterback. I mean, my receiving room is really strong, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
But this is, I don't know. If maybe Chig goes off in week 16. What's first place in this contest? $10,000. All
Mhm.
right. If Chig, maybe Chig is the key.
Yeah, he probably is. I mean, odds are.
Malik Washington, Kendrick Bourne, DJ Shark. DJ
Here's
Shark's the guy I was
Hyatt
going to take last time.
or Tillman. You also take Cedric Tillman.
If I had 12 seconds to make my pick, I would have taken Tillman.
He
and
he was being discussed the other day as
mhm.
in our chat. Totally unrelated, but he went to the University of Tennessee. So
And you got to get your guys, man. You should try and just draft a all Tennessee team, guys that either play for the Titans or went to college in
yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah,
We'll
it's a
do
good
like a
idea.
theme day one time.
Yeah,
Well,
just cue them all up.
we ended up with a 2-6-7-3 disgusting 3 tight end room.
Yeah.
What is this contest called? Well,
I
it's
think
not
Chihuahua. No, not Chihuahua. That was
the mini Schnauzer.
Schnauzer. Yeah,
Doesn't want to show up for me. All right, mini
Mini
Schnauzer.
Schnauzer 3.
This is the stuff that pisses me off too. I got 11 entries into mini Schnauzer. I got to stare at this for the rest of the season. Like, I just wish it
Yeah.
was an even number. At least the puppy too. I have 8 slows, so I'll be an even 75. So that's nice. But like,
Okay.
I hate this.
Yeah.
It's not a bad team though. Pretty happy
No.
with it. I think we both got pretty good teams considering, adjusting to the 10-second
Yeah.
draft. Do you have any like closing thoughts on adjusting to it or just anything at all?
Yeah, I think kind of again what we said. Like, just you use this as like a couple of times to play around with it and maybe adjust your rankings and keep your finger on the star. You know, you get your guys in the queue because it's gonna go fast. I mean, I think it caught us a couple times, like just quicker than you think. 10 seconds is not a lot of time.
No, it's like as soon as you realize you're on the clock, you probably have 5 seconds to
Yeah.
make a decision, or else it's gonna auto pick. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I love it. I love the underdogs. Innovating this. If you're watching the stream and you're still not signed up for Underdog, what are you doing? Use this promo code Occupy2. They'll match your deposit. You can enter the mini Schnauzer. You can max out all of these mini Schnauzers, and it's basically covered by your deposit bonus. So it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, you could easily just wipe out all of these and it basically be paid for. So
If anyone still watching interested in NBA, I'm going to try to rip an NBA stream in the next 30 minutes. As long as a draft fires, I will be streaming. If it takes too long, I won't be able to. But Nick is live for some MLB stuff at 6 Eastern, so make sure to tune into him. And just appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time.